It's up, and away for the cattle markets once again, as it seems like every day this week, prices have just gotten stronger. Here's a look at a recap of your markets for this Wednesday, the 9th day of July. At the auction barns around the state today, some stick-out sales that we found so far include 112 head of 491-pound steers at Farmington Regional Stockyards that sold at $447, 182 head of 586-pound steers at $403.50, 131 head of 826-pound heifers, again Farmington Regional Stockyards, $295 and a quarter. At South Central Regional Stockyards in Vienna, a couple of stick-out sales from early in the day there. A full load of 707-pound steers at $356.75. A full load of 830-pound steers at $325. Windsor Livestock Auction, a couple stick-out sales of heifers included 146 head of 643-pound heifers at $354.75, 149 head of 666-pound heifers at $343.75. Down at Springfield Livestock Marketing Center, they sold 53 head of 979-pound Holstein steers, $251.75. Box beef cutout values did decline today significantly. Choice lost $6.59, $386.45. Select down $5.19, $373.27. Those values based on 143 loads of cuts, trimmings, and grinds. The Choice Select spread at $13.18. Negotiated feedlot trades so far this week still very limited. About 2,000 head reported so far. Most of the feeding regions holding out for much higher money this week that they're expecting to gather. So far in Texas, not a hoof's traded. Kansas has traded just over 1,100 head, all at $225 live. Iowa's traded 84 head, $235 live and $368 dressed. Nothing reported so far in Nebraska. There was a few live sales reported outside of the feeding regions at $240 on very limited volume. Taking a look at the futures markets on the Mercantile Exchange, live cattle for August did back off 20 cents today at $219.77. October up 52 at $217.35. December at $217.30 up 67. August feeder cattle $320.47 up $1.35. September at $320.02 up 85. October at $318.02 up 77. That CME cash feeder cattle index based on an 800-pound steer up through the 12 state feeding regions added $5.36 at $316.76. That's only 34 cents off of the all-time record high. And looking at sales taking place around in the feeding region today, it's very likely that index is going to go up again tomorrow. Lean hog markets, they're not slouching any either, as those prices are near or at all-time records for the last 2 or 3 years anyhow, since we've seen any prices higher. Not necessarily at all-time records, but they are very high. July 107.10 up 12. August 107.22 up 45. October 93.77 up 80. Taking a look at the grain markets, it's been a tougher week for the grains around, as uncertainty based on tariffs and global issues, as well as just everyone expecting some phenomenal numbers for the crop this year. Corn, a penny higher. Wheat at the elevators around the state, a penny lower. Beans were 9 to 12 lower. Corn bids in St. Louis, 439 to 441. Kansas City at 419. Soybean bids, St. Louis, 1038 to 1044. Kansas City, 1012 to 1032. Wheat bids, St. Louis 519 to 530, Kansas City at 547. On the board of trade, July corn was up 1.5 at 412.5. September 399 1/4 up 1 1/4. December 415.5 up 1 1/4. Soybeans, July 12 cents lower, 1012 1/4. August down 12 1/4, 1009. September 997.5 down 11. November new crop beans at 1007 1/4, down 10 1/4. Wheat contracts, July 1/4 cent lower, 542 3/4. September 547 down 3/4. December 567 1/4, down 1 1/4. Soybean meal for July down $1.10 a ton at $266.10. Soybean oil for July 76 cents a hundredweight lower at $53.35. With the Missouri Department of Agriculture, that's your farm news. This is Tony Hancock.